Here we have for sale our 2016 on a 16 plate Ford Transit Custom. This is the 290 model, which means it's got a 2.9 tonne gross vehicle weight. This one has got the 2.2 litre TDCi diesel engine, which produces 125 brake horsepower, and this is the short wheelbase, low roof, limited panel van. And what we're going to do in this video is have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Transit Custom of this age. We'll also talk you through in detail the condition of this particular example, seeing as it is currently available for sale at the time of recording. So starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one is spec'd with rear barn doors. What I mean by that are two doors which open in that sort of fashion. On a limited, you get a number of elements which come colour coded. That includes these little trims like above the number plate just here, all of the door handles around the vehicle, the trims down the side here all come colour coded in the body colour, and the front and rear bumpers, and also the mirrors. So it really does make a big difference to the overall look of the vehicle. You also get front and rear parking sensors, so we can see the rear parking sensors there nicely integrated into the rear bumper. And while we're down here as well, the first thing to note, which wouldn't have come as standard, is the tow bar. So we can see that we've got the tow bar, and if we lift the little hatch just here, we can see that we've got 7-pin electrics just there as well. Having a look then at the condition of these rear doors, I must say they are in very good order. Having a good look here in the reflections, looking for any dings or dents, you can see they're certainly very straight and clean. I'm just looking to see if there's any sort of little marks or blemishes. That's just a little fingerprint where I've opened the door. But otherwise, as I say, looking very nice. Maybe the smallest little mark just here on the rear door handle. If we open up the rear barn doors, then we can start to have a look inside the load area. First thing to note then, before we get any further in here, is this yellow arm just here. That, as standard, will be in that position. You open that up, clips into place there against the rear door, and then you can open the door right out to its full 180-degree position like so. You can do exactly the same, of course, with both doors, and that then, as I say, just gives you maximum accessibility, and sometimes more importantly allows me to show you clearly the inside of these rear doors. So you can see here in the back of the van, brand new ply lining throughout the rear of the vehicle. We do this with the vast majority of panel vans which come into stock to give, of course, maximum protection to the back of the van, because of course that is the idea of ply lining. If you've got cargo in the back of here and it's moving around as you're driving, it's not going to cause a horrible outward dent in the side of your van. You can see there, all in really lovely order. A limited comes as standard with this hard-wearing plastic floor, which is fantastic because it allows you to sweep it out or wash it out if you need to. And you've also got the factory-fitted bulkhead, which can be removed. They are just bolted in around the outside, and you've got the load-through hatch down there as well for longer load lengths. A few tie-down points. You've got tie-down points here and around the base of the bulkhead and on the sides of the vehicle as well, for of course strapping down the cargo in the back. But the thing to note is really just how clean and tidy it is in here. Looking at the exposed metalwork areas, it is in really lovely order. It's really the condition of a van which is probably half its age and half its mileage, if we're being completely honest. It's really nice indeed. We can see then at the back of the vehicle another thing which has been added here, and that is the rear spoiler, which I think does set the back of the van off very nicely. Looking then down the driver's side, and this is where we can start to have a look down the sides of this vehicle, having a look in those reflections, looking for any sort of dings or dents or marks, scratches, anything like that. But as I'm sure you can see, it is in really lovely order. As I say, it's quite difficult to believe the mileage that this van has done. It really has got the condition of a van with much less miles. Tiny little mark just here on the edge of the door, which we can see has just been touched in, and a few sort of, I guess, minor little touch-ins just down here. But I say very minor, as I say, especially for a van of this age. One thing which isn't standard, I think done by the previous owner, are the black wheels. So these are the standard limited alloy wheels, but they've been sprayed black, and I quite like how they've left this silver edge round the outside, which is very nice. One thing I have noticed though is on the front wheels, this van has clearly had new tyres at some point, not with us, but since the wheels were sprayed. and you can just see down here where the previous weight was. So they've moved, the tyre company has moved the weight over there. That's the only thing, as I say, to fault on that really. But as I say, they still look very, very smart indeed. And I think against the deep impact blue paintwork, which is the colour of this van, I think it looks very, very nice indeed. Let's open up the driver's door then. Let's start to have a look inside the cab. The spec which you get inside here, because this is where a Limited really comes into its own, is the spec inside here. First thing to note then, the condition here. So the condition of the step is really, really lovely. If we move this mat out of the way, we can see we've got a full, which I really like, I haven't seen one of these before, but a Transit Custom rubber overmat. And you can see it's actually got the Transit Custom badge just there as well. But really, really nice, of course, offers some protection to the floor. And of course you can remove that if you get that dirty and give it a wash out. We've got the height adjustability here of the driver's seat, and this is thigh adjustability, so height adjustability of the front part. On top of the driver's door then we have electric windows, we have electric folding mirrors, and that is how those operate there, and that is by pulling that switch down towards you. You have auto-activated lights and auto-activated wipers, 2 full remote keys with the vehicle as well. Having a look at the driver's seat, all in really lovely condition. Driver's armrest as well, which is on a ratchet there, so you can set that to your desired height. And we've got the fold down work tray in the middle, a couple of cup holders there, and also somewhere to store your paperwork. Looking at the mileage then, which we have alluded to a few times during this video, 95,181 miles, but don't let that put you off. As I say, the condition is absolutely fantastic and certainly mechanically sound as well. Looking at the steering wheel then, leather multifunctioning steering wheel on this particular van, and as I say, one thing that just really strikes me is, as I say, clearly been well looked after. A lot of the times these leather steering wheels will show lots of signs of wear, as again, even at half this mileage, I've seen these a lot more worn than this, so as I say, clearly been very well looked after. On the right hand side here you can control the volume for the radio and also answer and hang up the phone, and on the left hand side a really nice bit of spec there, that is your cruise control. You can turn your parking sensors on or off on the front and rear of the vehicle using that button there. Bit of extra storage up on top, so you've got a USB, an AUX and a 12-volt socket in there. 6-speed manual gearbox. Down to the left hand side then, another crucial bit of spec, that is air conditioning, which comes as standard on the Limited. Another 12-volt socket just here. This is the radio, where of course you can connect your phone via Bluetooth, and if we look at the screen up here, you've got DAB radio. You can just see that in the top left hand of the screen, and actually in the middle there, DAB radio as standard on a Limited. You also get heated front seats. It's difficult for me to show you this actually, but this button just here, I don't know if you can see that, but when that goes to red, that is the button there for your driver's heated seats, and you've also got a heated seat on the far side over there as well. But really lovely condition inside here. I say no excessive signs of wear whatsoever, and of course the usual fantastic Limited spec. Moving around to the front of the vehicle here then, and a couple of things to note here which aren't quite standard. An eagle eye viewer may be able to already see it, but this front fog light surround here, same of course on the other side, this front fog light surround here has been colour coded. I think that just makes a really nice subtle difference. As standard this would be in the grey plastic like this, but as I say, that has been colour coded at some point in its life as well. There's also a couple of trims just here on this middle grille, which I think just offer a nice continuation actually from the standard trim at the top. It's a really nice looking van, especially with the alloy wheels as well. Having a look at the condition of the front here, and I say, as to be expected then, a couple of sort of stone chips here to the front of the vehicle, but I say nothing excessive, as I'm sure you can see in the camera. Front fog lights, front parking sensors as well, all come as standard. You have better headlights on the Limited van. The windscreen is all in really good condition. There's no chips or cracks or anything like that, and it is a heated windscreen, so there's actual elements in that screen there which you can turn on and off on the dashboard. And I say, just looking over this side as well, a couple of little stone chips just here on this part. I'm going to say very minor indeed. Probably the worst thing on the van, I say worst sort of blemish as such, there is a hairline crack in the plastic just here above the number plate. I say not massively noticeable. Sorry if there's a lot of engine noise there. The vehicle of course is running at the moment, but I say that's probably the worst sort of blemish on the van. I say certainly not massively noticeable, but I say if there's anything that I can see, I will point that out to you. Looking then down the passenger side of the vehicle, and again just having a look how clean and tidy this is here. It really is remarkable for its age and mileage. Very, very nice indeed. The colour of this van is a deep impact blue. It's a discontinued colour now, so you can't actually get it anymore. But looking very, very nice. Of course, feel free to pause the video or go back to any particular points if you want to have a good look at any condition elements. And I say if there's anything that I can see, I will point it out to you. And a good look down here, maybe a slightest little chip just here on the edge. You can see the alloys are all in lovely condition. Tyres are very good around the vehicle as well. Little chip just here on the side loading door. See that there? Tiny little chip. And then if we open up the side loading door, then we can start to have a look from this side. So again, you can see how nice that entrance is just there into the load space. Factory fitted bulkhead. I say the load through hatch down here. So you can open this up, just give it a pull, it clips into place via a magnet, and that allows you then to load all the way through underneath the passenger seats. If we open up the passenger door, we've got the service history here, which I'd like to show you. So if we go back to the very, very start, we've got 3 Hendy Ford stamps, which is very, very nice to see. So up until 57,000 miles, we've got 3 of the same dealership service history. Underneath that then, this is our, of course, service during preparation. So we have been thoroughly through the vehicle as well, of course, all stamped in the service book. Always nice to see a van, certainly with this miles, that has got a nice service history with it. Having a look inside the passenger door then, at the condition there. Same having a look at the passenger step. And again, just one sort of note here, there are some marks here to this plastic lower down here. So on the glove box and this plastic there, probably where something's been loaded here at some point in its life, but it has caused some marks here to the plastic on the front there. And again, just having a look under the mat. Lovely rubber over mat all the way through the vehicle. And these passenger seats, I say not only is this seat heated, but you've actually got storage under here as well. So you can flip those forward like so, and that gives you some extra storage on there. And again, you can just see the job that our guys do, the attention to detail, which you probably will not see anywhere else when it comes to preparing vans. I say lovely, lovely condition throughout. So just to summarize then, one thing which I haven't mentioned until now, so a little bonus for anyone who has stayed watching until this point in the video, there is no VAT to pay on this particular van. Just to summarize, this van in general, 2016 on a 16 plate Ford Transit Custom. It's the 290 model, so 2.9 tons gross vehicle weight, 2.2 litre TDCI diesel engine, producing 125 brake horsepower, 6-speed manual gearbox, all the usual fantastic limited spec, including of course things like front and rear parking sensors, heated windscreen, air conditioning, etc, etc, etc. Lovely brand new ply lining in the back. A few nice elements which have been added to this, which I think really improve the look. So we've got these nice colour-coded front fog light surrounds, lovely black alloy wheels, a couple of nice grille trims just there, and of course the rear spoiler. Lovely service history, 2 keys, and of course just been through our workshop as well for a full service. And of course a massive bonus there of no VAT to pay. If you'd like to inquire or see the full advert of this vehicle, including the price, the description and the photography, head over to our website, bridgeendvans.co.uk. I say that's where you'll find all this, and we will welcome inquiries on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign as well. We can take cars or vans in part exchange. We can offer finance at very competitive rates, and we can deliver our vans nationwide. Thank you very much for watching.